We are out here in Sugarland, Texas at another one of these familiar stores. I'm starting to like these jobs. Apparently the bees like these buildings too. Where you can see they're right up there, going in right here underneath this ledge. And for this particular job, someone, I can't remember who, but somebody with a pest control company decided they were going to try to exterminate them first. I had given a bid, and I guess they didn't like the price, and so they tried to exterminate them, and it didn't go well. The bees started coming out inside the store, and apparently they're still alive. So here I am. Here I am to help anyway. But anyway, I've got a client's on his way, and he's got a lift, but he's got a flat tire too. So I'm going to be hanging out, just getting everything kind of prepped and set up the best I can, so that hopefully when he gets here, we'll jump right into it. But we're going to be going right in here and cutting the stucco apart. I think once I get up there with the lift, I'll take a better look. I think they're in the lower portion, but they could very well be in the upper portion. We'll have to get up there first and see where exactly it is they're going in before I start ripping and tearing. But anyway, we're going to be cutting stucco and going from the outside in, and we'll see what we get. Funny thing, there's no receptacles. There's a plate over there on the wall. It's planked off. There's a plate right there on the wall. Of course, that's a junction box, but planked off. I have nowhere to plug in power, so I went inside and talked to him in the store, and we're going to try to open this back door up a little bit. We're going to see if we can pick this back door up just enough to throw my cord underneath, and we've got a receptacle inside. So I'm waiting on him to crack that door open, and then we'll get plugged in and get set up. We're still waiting on the lift, but I got a message from my guy that he's on the way, so should be here in short order. Okay, so we're up here with them now, and the bees are crawling in underneath of this edge right here. Now, I looked up underneath here and I don't see any bee activity at all, so I suspect, based on what's been foam filled, I suspect they're crawling in under here and getting up into this upper section here. So we're going to try there. We're going to start there. Got my grinder laid up here, got my cords up here, and let's cut her open and see what we find. Well, I was hoping not this, but it's this. Down here on this corner. I guess a pro can fix it easy enough, because I'm going to have to cut this sucker apart. We started up top. We thought maybe the way they were crawling in under that edge that they were crawling in and up. But I guess they're actually going in under the metal and then somehow coming back down. Now, you know, I told you they were exterminated. I see a handful of bees crawling around, but definitely not a booming, healthy colony when you can open it up like this and you just see no presence. So I'm going to do a little bit more cutting and tearing to get it opened up that I can see more, and then we'll start cutting combs. Okay, so there we got it opened up a little bit better. I think this will be enough I can work, but the combs go up inside, so I've got to try to kind of open it up enough I can start to see the faces of them. I'm going to get all this honey out of the back here and then work over into the what's left of the pollen, the brood nest. Alright, I think I got it done now, but to give you guys an idea of the extent, going from here back to there is every bit 18 inches, and from this stud to that stud is at least 18 inches, if not closer to 2 feet. And they had all of this filled. They weren't quite all the way to the bottom. They were down to about where my hand's at here. But had all of that filled with honey. And then everything over in this space here was full of more honey and all pollen. It appears that the pesticide worked for what it's worth. There's no active colony really here. There's just these kind of orphan bees, and they're brain dead. They're stoned. I'm working without my suit on, and they're just stumbling around. So I think the chemical did kill them. It killed the bulk. It was enough that it made the colony leave. But of course, you know, it doesn't get this colony out of the building. And so you're going to have robbers eternally. And then eventually, once the smell of the chemical kind of fades, you're going to have another colony move right in. So, you know, it still needs to be taken out of here. But definitely an odd little space. But they had them a good little space up here. Good spot to hang out. And yeah, big hive. The combs that were over here were dark, every bit of 2-year-old combs, and pretty much everything over here was lighter, probably this year's honey, really. But that's it. There was a big wad of combs down here in the bottom that had collapsed, and those were already full of beetles and maggots, so the slime party was already actually starting to begin. And what would have happened was ultimately all here on the outside of the building, you would have had black staining kind of like this. That's not from the bees, that's just from whatever sealer somebody tried to use, but you would have black staining all running down the wall, mildewy, nasty, kind of like that little bit right there. So it's good we got them out of here when we did. It's a shame we couldn't rescue them. There's just nothing left to rescue. You know, 2 weeks ago, before they'd been attempted to poison, it would have been a whole different story, and it would have been a big, booming, active colony, healthy colony. But now it's just a cleanup job. Anyway, I want to pick up tools, and I'm going to call this one done.